Welcome to the Jamey Chadwell Show, sponsored by Hendrick Toyota. Kevin O'Rourke alongside the head coach of the Bucks. First edition here in 2014 as we recap Thursday's win over Point, preview Saturday's game against Newberry, and let you get to better know senior running back Christian Reyes. Lots of excitement around this Charleston Southern football program. Program record 10 wins last year, and lots of excitement, Jamey, on Thursday night. Obviously a lot of highlights on the field, but overall the atmosphere, first night under the lights, big night for your program.
It was huge. I thought our student body in the community was great when you ran out of the tunnel there and saw your side full, and it was impressive. And I think our guys really, we never got caught up in the moment, but I think it was very appreciative of just the work that went into making that night special, and to come out with a good victory also helps, but one that we'll never forget.
Obviously the momentum coming off of last year, especially for your guys to be able to have the campus excited about football.
Oh yeah, I mean from last year to this year, just the spirit, just the you mentioned the word excitement, but just the passion for the football, and I think it really helps us. Obviously having 4 home games in a row and coming off the season we had, people want to be a part of it and see what you're about, and to be able to come out and perform well in front of a crowd like that. You hope now, hey, they want to see more, and so they'll be back, and we'll need them because our schedule obviously gets tougher going forward.
3 more home games coming up for CSU, including this Saturday at 6 o'clock against Newberry. But first, taking a look back at the 61-9 win over Point this past Thursday as we move into some first half highlights. Jamey, and your defense comes out, sets the tone right off the bat.
They did. I thought we got a great kickoff from Brian Jordan, first time kicking. We get a chance to get a turnover there. They recover it, but we put them in a 3rd and long situation, which is what we wanted to do. We wanted our defense to be able to pin their ears back and get after them a little bit. Thought we could do some good things and get them in some obvious passing situations, get an interception, but get them in a punting situation. We get the ball in great field position. And then, Austin comes out and makes his debut for us here on offense, and I thought led us obviously in a good drive and did a lot of good things for us. Ben
Robinson with the big run here. Bucks ran for over 330 yards, and Ben had himself a really good first half.
It was good to have Ben back. Ben, Ben played a lot for us last year, and then missed the last 6 games of the year, and be able to come back. He's in mid-season form. You see Austin take the ball in there for a touchdown. It was good for him to get that going and get the nerves out. Oh. Good hit on the referee there as well. We got a player of the week for hitting him down, so that was good.
Austin Brown getting the Bucks on the board with that 1-yard touchdown run, first of 2 on the day, and your defense again forces 2 3-and-outs on Point's first 3 possessions. Nice deflection there by Troy McGowan's a sophomore corner. You guys are looking for him to step up this year.
He did. He made a good play. We tried to put our corners in some situations where we're playing some man, and he made a good play. And then we get a chance, get the ball back in good field position again, go back to our running game, and Christian and Ben doing well, leading us down the field.
Christian Reyes with the give there, running over the left side, 81 yards for him in the first half, just a little over 400 yards away now from becoming the Bucks' all-time leading rusher, and Austin running the option, which is something new for him.
It is a little bit new. He obviously has some wheels to do it. It's just different, when you've not done it. So he's still in the learning process, but I thought he handled it well. Helmet got knocked off. Danny had to come in and play a little bit more so than we were ready for him to, but led us to a touchdown there, Michael Holloway.
Holloway, the sophomore, along with Robinson, pretty good compliments to Reyes. Defense gets back after it here against this Point team, an NAIA program in its 3rd year, and your defense continuing to play well. DeMaurice Freeman there with the tackle. He led you guys with 7 on the night.
Big stop too. It was 3rd and short. We were able to hold them there and make them punt, and then we come out and throw a nice little route, wheel route out of the end zone or out of the backfield, and Ben makes a nice catch and gets us in the red zone, and Austin takes it in here for our 3rd touchdown of the game, and executing well.
Big catch by Robinson down the sideline for almost 40 yards, and Austin Brown showing off some power to get over the goal line there. 21-0 Bucks in the first quarter, and Point would end up putting a bit of a drive together, but your defense is going to come up with a big play.
Yeah, we gave up I think a couple first downs on the drive. Had a chance to get a turnover, didn't get it, but when we needed to make a play, we did, and we get them in a long yardage situation, and they try to go for it, and Gabe Middlebrook makes a strip, picks the ball up, and takes off for 85 yards. Huge play, and outrunning the quarterback there, and did a great job thing with Gabe. We don't know where this football is. We think it's in his dorm room right now. He never gave it back.
You kind of need that football, don't you?
Yeah, we do. I mean, budget-wise, you know how that goes. So, but it was a great play for him, great memory. And when our defense looked like they were going to break, to come up and make a play like this was huge. and for him to go score and really turn the momentum was a great play.
Middlebrook, local product from West Ashley, 85-yard fumble return, second longest in CSU history, 28-0 Bucks, and really for the most part outside that one drive, your defense shut down point. Here's a sack for Skylar Skurzik.
Yeah, Skurzik made a nice play, gives us a chance to make them punt, gives us the ball back, and then we have a chance to go back to work and do a good job. Here was a key conversion. We're 3rd and 10. Had a little penalty there early to put us back, and we're able to, Ben makes a nice run and catch to get us the first down, and we're able to go in and make some plays. Christian up the middle, and part of those 81 yards you talked about, making guys miss, running over people, and it was a good drive. I think we did a nice mix of running and throwing on this drive. And then, Ben takes it in for his first touchdown, since last year, missing those games. So I know he was excited about that.
Get the ball here late in the first half, up 35-0. We saw Ben Robinson break a tackle before. Does it again there. Outstanding balance when he's running the ball.
He does. He's hard. He's fast. He's quick, and he's hard to bring down because he's so compact. So we're in a little 2-minute situation here. So we're trying to get down the field as quick as we can, and we get a nice little 3 plays in a row here to get us down inside right to the 10-yard line. We do a good job here, have a little concept outside. They take away the outside route, and then freshman Kenny Dinkins, first game, had 2 catches. And I don't know if it was a touchdown or if he fumbled it and landed on it. We don't know yet, but it was good for him to perform well because we need him to. But it was a great first half for us overall in all phases.
Big plays leading up to that touchdown to Alex Cruz and also Jared Scotland. New quarterback in Austin Brown, lots of new receivers as well. Had to be good to see that kind of drive in a 2-minute situation.
It was. When you have a new quarterback is one thing, but when you have a lot of receivers that hadn't performed, just how they're going to react in situations. You work 2 minutes, you do all those things in practice and scrimmages, but to actually be out in a game and do it, it was good to see us move the ball and make some plays. And so those guys gain confidence. Our quarterback gains confidence in them, and then our team overall, hey, if we're in a situation where we need to move, you gain confidence there. So going into halftime, not a lot of issues as far as, the coach needs to work on there. I thought we played a pretty good first half, and especially with the emotion of the night, first game, even opponent we should win. We knew that. We tell our team that. Sometimes you play down your competition. I felt like we didn't do that, which was a positive.
CSU in control, up 35-0 at the half, and they keep the pedal to the metal in the second half. We'll take a look at those highlights after this. You're watching the Jamey Chadwell Show, sponsored by Hendrick Toyota. Back on the Jamey Chadwell Show, sponsored by Hendrick Toyota. Kevin O'Rourke alongside Jamey Chadwell just took a look at some first half highlights, and you said it before the break, Jamey. As far as first half, couldn't have gone much better. What'd you say at halftime?
Well, we wanted to make sure, even though you're up, guys relax a little bit. You want to make sure, hey, with mindset, let's come out and it's 0-0. It's coach talk, but let's come out and win this half as well. And so that's the main thing we focused on. We had we had a couple penalties, and we had some alignment issues and things that we wanted to correct. So we really focused on just the things that, I don't say anything went wrong in the first half, but things that could have been better. And we focused on that and wanted to come out, perform at a high level in the second half as well, and see if we've been a mature football team that we know how to put people away, so to speak.
Charleston Southern put together an excellent drive coming out of halftime as we take a look at some highlights from that second half of the 61-9 win against Point. Point actually held the football longer in the first half. Obviously, a lot of that due to the big plays you had, and you guys able to come out and put together a long drive of your own.
Right, we get a solid return here by Troy, who we feel has got a chance to be a good returner. Zach Frazier, who was a big contributor for us last year, gets in and ran the ball really well. And Michael Holloway coming in and making some good plays, a nice run right here. Gets us a chance to get a lot of guys in the game and see the hard work they put in and make some good plays. And here's Michael taking it down the sideline for a good gain. And it was a good drive for us to put together a 6, 7, 8 play drive and make some plays happen.
A couple of big runs for Mike Holloway, a guy who averaged over 10 yards a carry, really came on for you guys late in the season last year. And Zach Frazier gained some gives as well, takes it down in close. And then Austin Brown here able to find the 6'8" tight end Nathan Prater. He's easy to spot and good hands and nice catch in the back of the end zone.
It was a nice play. We checked protection to protect us there, and nice throw and catch right there. And our defense gets them backed up and puts them in a punt situation. We get a bad snap. We're able to fall on it, get the ball inside the 10. You can't ask for a better start to the second half. And we're able, Darius Hammond, who's was a great player for special teams for us last year, is really coming in his own, and we feel good about him, and he scores a touchdown there to put us up. And then our defense, you know, is smelling blood in the water here and really swarming to the football.
Touchdown for Darius Hammond. Big hit there for Aaron Brown. As far as Hammond goes, you guys have a lot of options at running back right now.
We do, and that's been our, our depth is at the running back position, and there's a lot of guys there that when they get the ball can do some good things, and they all had the chance to prove that and showed that.
Point moves the ball into CSU territory here, but again, your defense comes with the stop, the Loach there with the pressure, and nowhere to put the football on the throw.
No, we get a good fourth down stop there, and so we get back out. Danny Krogan, we put him in to trying to obviously get some of the jitters out. He converts a 3rd and 5 for us there on a scramble and gets hit a little bit, so it's good to see. And then we go back to work with Darius running the football. It's a 4th and 1 we try to convert here in the second half. And Adam Allen, a freshman running back for us, ended up having a solid game. I think he had about 60-something yards, and he's able to come in and make some plays. And Darius goes in there for the 2nd touchdown. And our backup quarterback, Dalton Saunders from Summerville, was able to get in and get some good reps, and he's been working hard. So it was good for us to everybody that's been working hard to get a chance to play, let them get some live action, and felt like they all performed well.
61-0 Bucks was the score at that point. Hammond's 2nd touchdown. A couple mistakes on special teams, and certainly an area you hope to clean up this week.
Yeah, it was disappointing. One was on on an extra point that they blocked. They run back for 2 points, and you really don't have an excuse for that. But that should never happen. And then toward the end of the game, we get stopped on 4th down and run our first team punt team out there, and we don't execute at all, and they take it back 60-something yards or 70-something yards, or whatever it was, and we take put a lot of emphasis on our special teams and really work it. And that was, if you come out of there that you're disappointed, and that was the main thing, is just the giving up one thing, not to execute, but to give up points when you do it. And so we feel like we've got that corrected this week. I think got some guys in maybe shuffled some positions around to make sure we're putting our best 11 out there. But coming out of that, that's an area that we must improve.
Overall, though, big night, as we said. First night under the lights, great crowd, lots of enthusiasm. As far as the football is concerned, what were the biggest positives you took out of it?
Well, I think one that we executed at a good level in offense and defense, obviously special teams aside. But 2, we were able to see some young guys that we're counting on in some situations and how they responded. And so we obviously know the competition level is going to increase, but to see them out there perform under the lights in a real game for the first time, it was good to see that. Now we know, hey, you got this to work on, or okay, hey, he can definitely do this. Now we can do this, and so that was good to see, and just to see the culmination of really, I guess, all your off season. You're working towards that first game, your first opponent, be able to do it under and come out with a big victory in front of the crowd was a blessing. It was good for our program.
So CSU 1-0 now in the 2014 season. Bucks will try to get to 2-0 against Newberry this Saturday at 6 p.m. But first, we're going to let you get to know CSU senior running back Christian Reyes. You're watching the Jamey Chadwell Show, sponsored by Hendrick Toyota.
Well, I think Christian his greatest ability is probably his dependability. We know what we're going to get every time we hand him the ball. We know he's going to run hard. We know he's going to make yards after contact. We know that as a runner, the thing that separates good running backs from great ones is their balance and body control and their vision. And he just sees things that some guys don't see. And he's always running the right speed to set up his blocks. And he's just a guy that in a crucial situation, you want him carrying the ball because you don't have to block them all. It doesn't have to be clean. He seems to find a crease or a crack and contort his body and get through there. And it's a special type of talent that I don't know that you can really coach it. You just kind of are born with it. Well, I think first of all he's got his priorities in order. He understands that being a dad and being a husband is the most important thing. And he's got great balance in his life. He's a good student. And I think the way that he does that as a leader is that he's a great example. He's not a big-time rah-rah guy. He's not going to overwhelm you in a conversation or an interview. But just the way he lives his life speaks very loudly to his teammates. And I think that his teammates respect that. even though he may not be, you know, running out on the field waving the banner in front of the crowd. I think he kind of speaks softly and carries a big stick, and I think the guys really respond to just the way he plays. I think he understands that he's a leader, and I think he understands his strengths as a leader. And I think you don't have to tell Christian what his role is. I don't think you have to prompt him. I think he embraces the fact that the guys look at him. I don't know that he loves the spotlight. I think it almost is a little maybe embarrassing to him sometimes. But leadership a lot of times is a lonely place. And I think he's not afraid to be out in front of the guys. And I don't think he's afraid to be accountable or be in a crucial situation when we need something to happen in the game. And I think the guys thrive off of that. And I know our offense thrives off of that.
Just the distance. I mean, right when I got off the plane, even on my visit, I was like, there's no way I can do it, because I'm pretty close to my family. So it was just thinking about the distance, or thinking about not being able to go home, because when I went to my JUCO, it was only 2 hours away from, my hometown. And so I was able to go home on the weekends, or, whenever I needed to see my family. And so coming out here and just thinking about how far it was and how many miles, it was just hard to get past that at first. And it's definitely something people that move across country, I think, only feel. And it took me a little bit to get over, and definitely got inside my head during kind of spring ball, but I just got used to it and adjusted to it. Yeah, there's a few guys that definitely try to come over and spend time with my son, or just hang out around my house and hang out with me and my wife. And probably the main person is Skyler, who has a pretty good relationship with my son. I mean, he taught him how to he taught him to be a ranch lover. He dips everything in ranch now, because Skyler came over with some chicken nuggets and showed him all these different sauces. I mean, he lined up probably 10 different sauces, and somehow he fell in love with ranch, and now almost with anything he'll dip whatever it is in ranch. So Skyler's definitely been a character coming over. Yeah, we're definitely the deepest part, I think, on our offense, or I guess I would say the team. I mean, even if I'm out or I go down and someone like Zach goes in, I mean, I know he's gonna get the job done. And the same thing with Ben and Mike Holloway. I mean, all of them are very explosive, and I definitely think we have the strongest group of running backs in the Big South. And I think it's going to help us this season, and especially with it being year 2 and them kind of figuring out the offense. I think it's going to help us a lot this season.
Certainly a special year for Christian Reyes last year, Jamey, and a special guy for your football program.
It was. Christian sort of came out of nowhere, didn't really know what we had through spring, and then going to fall camp. But he competed, won the job, and then had the year that he had, performing on the field, but really more importantly off of it. Got named a captain, and just the way he led our team, and a young team, the way he sort of put them on their back offensively, guys rallied around him. And then just the type of leader he is, being a husband, being a father, the things that he has to sacrifice beyond just the normal sacrifices that a student athlete has to make, I think makes him really special. And the accolades that he gets are all well deserved. One of the most humble people I've ever been around, and one of the most team-oriented people. If he rushes for 5 yards, he rushes for 250. It really don't matter, as long as your team's performing and winning, and he contributes. And so he's definitely a guy that 20 years down the road, people look back on his career here, and it'll be special, and he'll be, in my mind, be a Hall of Famer and be one of the all-time greats we've had here.
Reyes and the Bucks have a challenge in front of them Saturday, back at it against Newberry, 6 o'clock kickoff, and definitely a step up in competition. A Newberry team that won 9 games last year, went to the playoffs at the Division II level, and a lot of talent on that squad.
Yeah, they're loaded with talent at almost every position, especially the skill guys. Got some transfers from the SEC and ACC that are really good players, and coming off 9 wins. You mentioned the playoff berth, and they've been building that program for a while, and Coach Knight's done a good job there. And they're coming down here obviously with one thing in mind, that they feel like they can not only compete but win the game. And I know they've had it circled, and for us it's important obviously because it's our next game, and you mentioned the type of opponent it is. We've only beaten Newberry one time in our history, never beat them here at home, 0-4. And so we need to make sure that we're taking care of our business here at home, but we know it's going to be a big challenge, and we'll have to play a lot better overall, especially special teams wise, to come out with a victory on Saturday. So we'll need a big crowd. We'll need everybody here because it being an in-state game, in-state rival, there's a lot of some of their coaches have worked here before, and we've recruited some of their players. They've recruited some of ours, so there's a lot of familiarity with that aspect. Their first game, a little nervous. You don't know what you're going to see. You hope you do, but they have a chance to see us, and so there's going to be a little some prizes, we're sure, but we'll have to play really well to come out with a win.
Newberry, an explosive team offensively last season. Part of that, a guy who's playing for the New York Giants now is a pretty good football player. He's no longer there, but they have a lot of playmakers on the outside.
They do. They're the quarterbacks back. They got two quarterbacks that do a good job, and you mentioned the young man they lost last year, but they've got a lot of guys to replace him, and they get a chance to get some one-on-ones. They're going to come out and make the plays, and so we're going to have to do a good job of keeping them in front of us, and hopefully trying to make them execute down the field because they can hit you and be explosive. And then on defense, they like to bring some pressure, and they've got some athletes they can match up with you and cover you down outside, and let their interior guys and their defensive ends really get after the quarterback. So we're going to have a good plan and really do the things that we try to be known for, executing, controlling the clock, and hopefully have a chance to make the game into the fourth quarter where we got a lead and maybe they're panicking a little bit. That's our hope, because they jump on you, they smell blood, they're pretty good, they can really take it to you. So a huge challenge for us.
Second of 4 straight home games under the lights to start off this 2014 season. Saturday night, 6 o'clock kickoff at Buccaneer Field as CSU takes on Newberry. For Jamey Chadwell, my name is Kevin O'Rourke. Thanks for watching the Jamey Chadwell Show, sponsored by Hendrick Toyota.